There is a reason that the wild tangle of the Amazon jungle is one of the most heavily studied areas of the world. The wealth of undiscovered knowledge and secrets that lie hidden beneath a tangle of vines and branches is seemingly endless, and every day it seems that more and more amazing findings are revealed. From remnants of ancient civilizations to life-saving components of medicine, there appears to be no limit as to what can be found within the Amazon rainforest. So today, on Unexplained Mysteries, we will be taking a look at 3 recent Amazon discoveries. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs may have created the Amazon. The asteroid that plummeted to Earth over 66 million years ago and ended the reign of the dinosaurs is a well-known phenomenon. However, recent discoveries have led researchers to believe that the infamous meteorite may have been responsible for something else as well: the creation of the impressively diverse Amazon rainforest. A new study published in the Journal of Science analyzed thousands of fossilized plants in an attempt to understand the effects of the mass extinction caused by that fateful asteroid. An estimated 75% of all life on Earth, from gigantic dinosaurs to microscopic bacteria, went extinct as a result, but now the area is home to one of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. Analyzing the effects of this first mass extinction is crucial in understanding what might happen as a result of a second mass extinction event. What the researchers found surprised them. According to the study, it appears that the same blast that wiped out such a significant portion of life on Earth was also responsible for creating the entirety of the tropical rainforests on our planet. As expected, analysis of plant fossils from before and after the blast revealed drastically altered landscapes. Before the asteroid, the land was full of sparsely growing conifers and ferns, whose wide spacing allowed plenty of light to reach the ground, so unlike the dense jungle that we are familiar with in the Amazon. Following the extinction of millions of species, plant diversity declined an estimated 45%, and analysis of over 50,000 fossilized pollen records showed that angiosperms, or flowering plants, predominated the region for the next 6 million years, covering what had once been a semi-diverse land with what has been called the Rain of Flowers. As the area began to recover from the devastation and new species started to emerge, the plants began growing much more thickly, allowing for dense vertical growth that promoted the development of new species of shade-loving plants that thrived in the new ground level of the developing jungle. The researchers offered 3 predominant theories as to why the regrowth looked so different from what was there before. The first and most widely accepted is that the enormous dinosaurs that roamed the area before their extinction prevented more dense growth simply due to their large bulk that trampled plants, in addition to the sheer number of plants the large herbivores likely consumed. The other 2 theories suggest that falling ash from the blast may have created soil that was more beneficial to the faster-growing flowering plants, or that the extinction of the conifers provided a perfect opportunity for the flowering plants to take over. The researchers were so interested in the before and after of this great meteorite because the Amazon rainforest and surrounding areas are currently undergoing what is called the second mass extinction, only this one is caused entirely by humans. Monica Carvalho, who co-authored the study, concluded with the grim takeaway. The lesson learned here is that under rapid disturbances, tropical ecosystems do not just bounce back, they are replaced, and the process takes a really long time. The findings of the research study are fascinating but grim, as they indicate that if drastic action is not taken, and soon, we may stand to lose the rainforests and all they offer the world, possibly forever. Pilot survives in jungle for 38 days. Crash landing your plane in the middle of the unforgiving Amazon rainforest with no way of communication or any hope of rescue sounds like a plot from a cheesy film. Yet, unfortunately, it is exactly what happened to Brazilian pilot Antonio Senna. The 36-year-old was hired to fly supplies to an illegal gold mining operation in the middle of the rainforest. However, he was only halfway there in his single-engine plane when the engine failed, leaving him approximately 1,000 meters to make a crash landing decision. Fortunately, he was cushioned by the canopy of the trees and was able to miraculously land unharmed. Unfortunately, he was now stranded in the inhospitable Amazon rainforest, covered in gasoline, with only a backpack, 3 water bottles, 4 soft drinks, bread, rope, a lantern, and 2 lighters. Shortly after he gathered what he could and left the plane, it exploded, leaving him totally alone and abandoned, with no shelter. Although he heard rescue planes overhead searching for him, the trees were too dense for them to spot him, and eventually even those beacons of hope disappeared. "I was devastated. I thought I would never make it out, that I was going to die," he said. With essentially no provisions, he relied heavily on survival instincts to stay alive and avoid the dangerous predators like jaguars, anacondas, and crocodiles, in addition to the infinitely more poisonous and harder to avoid threats like bullet ants and poison dart frogs. He had crashed in a location so deep in the jungle that it was totally untouched by humans, and he stayed alive by eating only fruits that he saw monkeys eating. These fruits consisted of his entire diet for the totality of his ordeal, excepting 3 bird eggs that he managed to scavenge. He walked east day after day, just trying to stay alive and hoping that he would eventually run into civilization. And finally, after 35 days of walking, covering over 28 kilometers and losing 25 kilos, he stumbled towards the welcome sounds of a chainsaw and discovered a family of Brazil nut foragers. The family immediately took him in and began nursing him back to health, after helping him contact his mother to let her know he was safe. He is very thankful that he was able to be rescued and appears to have had a change of heart after his ordeal, saying, despite the circumstances that led to that flight, being found by a family of gatherers who work in harmony with nature, who don't damage the forest, that was magical. Needless to say, he has stopped flying for illegal miners after his safe return home. Amazon rainforest is now contributing to climate change. The large expanse of trees and lush greenery that makes up the thick jungles of the Amazon has long been touted as our saving grace in the fight against building greenhouse gases and climate change. The receding territory lines that have fallen to civilization, forestry, and farming have long disturbed environmentalists who are concerned with decreasing the net carbon emissions of an increasingly wasteful humankind. The Amazon rainforests are some of the most densely growing areas of land in the entire world, and all of those plants and greenery absorb a hefty amount of carbon dioxide from the air. However, new findings are revealing that humans may have finally pushed the rainforest past its breaking point, and that it now may emit more greenhouse gases than it absorbs. To come to this conclusion, scientists attempted to calculate the net greenhouse gas emissions from both the rainforest itself and the humans in the area. This is an overly complicated process that involves estimating the net emissions of methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, aerosols, and sooty black carbon that occur from human interactions in the rainforest, compared to how much of these gases the remaining rainforest can actually absorb. Ideally, the rainforest would function as a gigantic regulator for the Earth, and the net number of emissions should be negative. But the recent study has estimated that in past years, the number has switched to positive, meaning that we are producing more carbon dioxide and other harmful gases than the jungle can keep up with. Although disappointing, the findings were not really a surprise and were actually expected. The increasing presence of carbon-producing activities by humans, combined with the steadily decreasing area of actual rainforest, meant that it was only a matter of time before this point was reached. According to the report, which was compiled by a team of more than 30 prominent environmental scientists, some of the activities that contribute more heavily to this imbalance are land-clearing fires, drying wetlands, and compacting the soil for logging activities, cattle ranching, and regular flooding and dam building. These activities not only release vast amounts of potent methane and other harmful gases, but they also transform the entire landscape and further contribute to the disappearing jungle, as well as to changing climates and local environments. Removing the trees and altering the land so drastically changes rainfall patterns and disrupts the natural heating and cooling cycles of the rainforest and contributes even more to the general warming of the environment. The good news is that the damage is not permanent at this point and can be reversed. The researchers emphasize that the most important way to halt the detrimental effects is to stop the current deforestation of the rainforest and protect that vital jungle that does so much for our planet. The Amazon is one of the most beautiful and diverse regions of the planet, and the mysteries that lie within should be protected at any cost. But what do you make of these rainforest discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.